Welcome back to Fat Butcher Rips. Today, I've got a face-off between 25-26 O Pee Chee and 24-25 O Pee Chee. Will Macklin Celebrini carry his product to victory, or will what I think is probably a little more depth in this year's product carry the day? Only one way to find out. If you're ready, let's rip. "24-25, you're up." Okay, so the good news is the format is pretty similar year to year. So we'll probably get 3 numbered hits, one other kind of special card of some sort. High numbers are all-stars and rookies in this, so we won't spend a lot of time on our base here. But the playing cards I actually prefer in last year's. This is the Jack Hughes rather, and that's the Blake Coleman on the retro. And we do have a Zach Dean as our marquee rookie. So first pack in the books. Nowhere to go but up. And it looks like we have a numbered card. Oh my God. All right. Macklin Celebrini. Yeah. I'll take that. Numbered rainbow, black rainbow to 100. Our 25-26 just bought itself a real steep climb, because that is going to be almost impossible to beat. I opened well over a case of this, probably a case and a half of this last year. I did get the 3D Celebrini, but like from the numbered base parallels, nothing. So, that's going to be tough to beat, guys. Monson Bowl retro. Am I going to check the? No, I'll check the backs at the end. And Brinley is our all-star. Holy cow! Second pack in. All right. Well, nowhere to go but down from there. My goodness. Got our first blue. It's Joel Eriksson Ek, Adam Fox retro, and a short print of Austin Matthews all-star. I don't do a lot of single boxes of O Pee Chee just because it's a very set centric. It's like you don't really open it a box at a time trying to get hits. Yeah, I guess this box had other plans. Eichel on the playing card, Maxwell Crozier rookie. I will say, look at this. All right, we got any Maxwell Crozier fans in the audience, because we got you hooked up. The 25-26 design does say marquee rookie on it. Last year's did not, so you just had to know. Which, you probably do, but if you don't, you could certainly miss a retro of a rookie and not realize it. So it's a step in the right direction. All right, we got our base. We got our blue of Sam Girard, Warren Fogle, and Maverick Bork is our rookie. I don't know that we're going to find a whole heck of a lot else in here of use when they put that juicy Celebrini in here, but we'll keep going. Bertuzzi, blue, Wedgwood, retro, and Graham Clark on the rookie. And our base. All right, we've got 2 more stacks. Looks like we have our O Pee Chee Premier. Yep, Jack Eichel, O Pee Chee Premier, Ryan Pulock on the retro, and Draisaitl All-Star, and our base. The Premiers, I think, I like them a little better, 25-26. So there's some upside in 25-26. They have an opportunity. But man, they've got to really hit. Hellebuck on the Premier, Cartier on the retro, and Pasta on the All-Star short print. All right. This is going to be 3 straight Premier packs. It is. Jordan Kyrou Premier, LaPierre on the retro, and Logan Mailloux on the marquee rookie. Wouldn't have minded getting a Lane Hudson rookie out of here. And our base with a blue of Jet Luchenko. It's a solid enough little rookie base. Base blue, rather. Cole Sillinger retro, and Mason Morelli is our rookie. Got a playing cards, 4 of Hearts, Niels Hoglander on the retro, and a Hellebuck All-Star, and a bit of base. Last pack, second stack. Let's see what we got. We got our base, and we got our second numbered card. This looks like a regular rainbow, which are to 350. Rasmus Dahlin, All-Star to 350. That's not so bad. Austin Matthews is a nice retro and Akil Thomas rookie. So we'll sleeve up our second numbered hit and get through our base a little bit. Hang on a second. It's Colton Sissons and somewhat. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Thatcher Demko, Brayden Point, and Owen Zellweger. Now, you should get 3 kind of special cards. We got 2 of these. One of these might be a blank back, which would be really awesome because blank backs, I don't think they disclose print runs, but I think it's pretty well understood to be between 5 to 10. So there we go, Thatcher Demko, the oft-injured Thatcher Demko, blank back retro. I don't think I've ever pulled one of these. I've pulled a blank back on the Reds, which are 1/1s. Never. Like, I've always felt it was such a waste of time to sit at the end and go through and be like, all right, let me check the backs, because there's never been anything there. You know what? That's the part that's special. Let's show the back. All right, that's a second solid hit out of this box. I'm pretty happy with that. And blue, Anton Lundell, Yarncrux on the retro, and Chibrikov rookie. We should still have one proper numbered card should still be out here, so keep an eye out for that. We got a Steven Stamkos on the playing cards, Tara Vinen on the retro, and Willie Nylander All-Star, short print, and base. And another blue. Maverick Bork is another rookie retro that's not kind of stated. Connor Geeky and our couple base. Should be a numbered card in one of these 2 last packs. Something to kind of look out for here. All right, looks like it's going to be a retro to 100 of Teuvo Teravainen. Very nice. Gavrikov retro, Seamus Casey rookie. Teravainen to 100, 29 of 100. Obviously a Blackhawk now, so I'm not upset with that, though. The jersey didn't pick it up in time. It does say Blackhawks on the card, so we'll accept it. Solid box of 24-25 to say the least. Josh Anderson red. Yeah, let's not get greedy. That's not a 101. Andrew Kopp retro, and Demko, our guy, as an all-star. Okay. That is pretty outstanding. I could have honestly stopped after the second pack, and it probably wouldn't have made much difference, though I do think that blank back retro is pretty awesome. All right, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. We'll open up 25-26 and see if it has a fighting chance. Let's go. Okay, 25-26. You got your work cut out for you. Okay, let's see if 25-26 can offer some sort of defense. And we will, again, skip through our base. We'll have to keep an eye out because the quote-unquote short prints, rookies, and in this case, 4 nations, as opposed to all-stars, are kind of at the front of the good stuff. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that. Gustafsson retro, and our first premier, Jordan Eberle, and the base. All right. Another 4 nations card, Neil Pionk retro, and a playing card, Cole Caulfield. You can see the playing card is much more foiled out, kind of gold. I actually prefer the 24-25 playing cards, but you know, on the whole, I think the design and inserts are a little stronger. 25-26. So playing cards, small price to pay. Looks like we got Ozzy Weisblad, and is this probably a marquee rookie? Nope, it is Adrian Kempe. All right, I think the only other kind of gray back I've seen was a marquee rookie. Vasily Podkolzin is our first of 6 blues and a whole heap of base. All right, Hunter Haight rookie, nice Mitch Marner 4 nations card. I like that, and it looks like we have a retro to 100. Willie Nylander, that looks pretty sick with the black border. So it's a pretty solid first numbered card. I mean, it's not a blow your doors off kind of thing, but it looks pretty pretty clean. Love to pull a base Schaefer or something along those lines. Carson Dewart, Nicholas Deslauriers, retro, and our Barzal playing card. 7 of diamonds and a bit of base. So one of the things that you can do with O Pee Chee is you can really start to map the collation. And unfortunately, I haven't really opened a lot yet. My case is still delayed, but I've seen a handful, 5, 6 boxes open, and already the Carson Dewart, Hunter Haight. I don't think I've got a lot of big rookies in my future in this box. UC Saros, Four Nations, Ilya Soloviev of the retro, and Anthony Beauvillier of the blues. So I'm a little skittish now on what the contents are going to be. I've seen some of this collation, and it doesn't lead to Demidov, Schaefer, Beckett Seneca, any of those guys, I don't think. Aho on the Four Nations, Brett Hayton on the retro, and a Fabian Lysell blue. So we're getting a lot of our blues out of the way early. And Easton Cowan. Okay, well, I take it back. That's actually a really good rookie. Not one I have seen, so maybe the collation isn't quite as predictable, which is nice. And yeah, really happy to pull Cowan. Good young player. All right, we got UPL. I'm glad I was speaking so well of him because he's shown up back to back. Another Easton Cowan, this one, the O Pee Chee Premier. For all those Easton Cowan fans out there, we got you covered. You couldn't ask for much more than what's going on in this break. Premier and Marquee Rookie in the same pack. That's pretty cool. Easton Cowan. All right. And Binnington, Four Nations, Kadri. Ooh, okay. And nice little Maple Leafs box we've got going here. This is 1 in 203. The rarest of the playing cards. Carlton the Bear. That's pretty nice. And I like last year's playing cards a little better, but I'm not going to be upset getting Carlton the Bear as a super short print. So that's pretty solid, honestly. Don't know if it quite holds a candle to that Celebrini, but it's maybe within shouting distance. Not really. Protoss Retro, Vronkov Blue. I have not gotten a lot of spicy blue parallels. I wouldn't mind getting something. I bet a Schaefer in blue would look actually pretty sick. Lucas Raymond, a lot of Four Nations cards. I do like the Four Nation retros. Big fan of that. So it looks like we have another retro to 100, or no. Ooh, this is the Black Rainbow, and it's a good looking one. Ville Koivunen to 100. That looks really nice with the Penguins jersey. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. For numbered hits, Ville Koivunen, solid young player. On the black with the Penguins. It's putting up a fight. I'll say this for 25-26. They are putting up a fight. That doesn't quite get it either, but this might have to be a quantity over quality situation. I did get this in the one other box I've opened so far, the kind of short printed checklist. So thanks, but no thanks. Tomas Hertl. Frank Vetrano is our single red of the box, and it does pop much more than last year's red, and it has a back. So it is not the 1 of 1, but that's okay. And we're off and running. Noah Laba is a good rookie. Sillinger Retro. Will Smith, good-looking Premier. Based on this kind of way that color plays, I don't know that he needs a sleeve, but we'll give him one. I'd be very interested to see what the Celebrini O Pee Chee Premier looks like. That design in the Sharks colors looks pretty solid. Shevadov rookie, Rasmus Anderson, and Brock Faber playing card. And a bit of base. Or a couple, 4. Rodrigo Abels, I think I've seen that dude a few times. Rupe Hintz on the retro, and Rasmus Ristolainen on our blue. Skylar Brindamore. Henri Jokaharju. I'm going to butcher that name. That's not one I read every day. For Finland and the Four Nations. That's pretty cool. Logan O'Connor is our last numbered card. It's a retro to 100. I do like those. You know what? It looked great with the Leafs. It looks great with Colorado. These retro blacks are going to be pretty sweet. If you get the right names, I think they're going to look amazing and be very popular. The other, Elias Pettersson, Mark Scheifele, and whoa, okay. This box is getting a little spicy now. We have got one of the black and white variations. This is like 1 in 288 packs, so that's basically 1 per case you get a black and white. And yeah, we got Connor McDavid. I think the base Easton Cowan can come down, and the short printing Connor McDavid, top of the class. Okay, that was an unexpected hit. I did not think we had any of that left in us, so I'll take it. McKinnon, Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Okay, now they're just messing with me. We'll just call him Henri. We've got Henri on the Four Nations. I'm not going to butcher his name again. And our base. Okay, that was more interesting than I was expecting. So let me move a few things out of the way. We'll line up the hits and see who came out on top. All right, so to recap, we'll go beauty before age. I think these are more beautiful. Easton Cowan, the best of the kind of base marquee rookies. A couple of numbered cards, O'Connor to 100, Nylander to 100, and Ville Koivunen to 100. So 3 cards to 100 in the box. Pretty solid. The best of the O Pee Chee premieres is definitely the Easton Cowan. A super short print playing card of Carlton the Bear. And I think the best hit of the box, a case hit, black and white, Connor McDavid. So that's going to go in the face-off spot for my guys, 25-26. 24-25, it had some stuff. It had Teravainen to 100, Rasmus Dahlin to 350. The best of kind of the rookie stuff was probably this blue Jet Lachenko. And then we also got a kind of a special unnumbered, but probably somewhere around 5 to 10 copies of Thatcher Demko Retro. That kind of lines up with the Carlton the Bear card a little bit, but I still think the biggest by far hit is this rainbow black Macklin Celebrini to 100, number 90 out of 100. As much as I do like this Connor McDavid, I think the face-off winner is clear. It is 24-25. This was probably a knockout before we even got into the 25-26 box because that is just such an amazing card right now, and hopefully into the future. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of O Pee Chee Battle Royale. I certainly did. It went much better than I expected. So I'm sure by now I will have opened and started posting my case break of 25-26 O Pee Chee. I'll probably wait and post this a little bit after some of that goes out. But if not, stay on the lookout for that because I'm really excited about this year's O Pee Chee. And 2 boxes in for what I've actually opened at this point in time. It has been an incredibly enjoyable rip. So thanks for checking this one out. If you get an opportunity, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.